So I'm not sure if you've heard about this, but yesterday, Donald Trump became the third president in the history of the United States to be impeached by the United States House of Representatives. And as you can imagine, Republicans took it about as well as we expected. So prior to the actual vote where Donald Trump officially became impeached, we had Republicans all throughout the day taking their turn on the stage to show what complete morons they truly are. So let's get started with some of the highlights from yesterday. We're going to start with Republican Congressman Barry Loudermilk. See, Loudermilk saw some parallels between the impeachment and another historical story that a lot of us are aware of. Here he is explaining what he thinks about impeachment.
Before you take this historic vote today, 1 week before Christmas, I want you to keep this in mind. When Jesus was falsely accused of treason, Pontius Pilate gave Jesus the opportunity to face his accusers. During that sham trial, Pontius Pilate afforded more rights to Jesus than the Democrats have afforded this president in this process. I yield back.
That's right, folks. Jesus went through the exact same thing. After Jesus tried to extort the Ukraine for dirt on, I guess, Jesus's political enemies, and Jesus sent his personal lawyer over there to cohort with two alleged criminals awaiting conviction. Totally the same story there, Loudermilk. But Loudermilk was not one of the dumbest people who spoke yesterday. He was close to the top, but certainly not at the top. We also had Republican Congressman Bill Johnson. Now, Bill Johnson wanted everybody to take a moment and recognize the fact that this impeachment is undoing, allegedly, a presidential election. And how the hell can you do that, right? I mean, that's what Bill Johnson wants us to think. You can't impeach a president who was elected, except that that's literally the only kind of president you can impeach. You can't impeach someone that wasn't elected. Like, we couldn't draft articles of impeachment against Hillary Clinton because she didn't win. That's kind of how that works, Mr. Johnson. So Bill Johnson, on the House floor, requested a moment of silence for the 63 million people who voted for Donald Trump. A moment of silence. So he sat there after calling for this, bowed his head solemnly, along with all of the other Republicans in the room, for a 30-second moment of silence for everyone who voted for Trump, as if they all just died. Democrats, unfortunately, didn't say a word during this 30 seconds of silence, and I wish they would have. I wish they would have erupted in laughter. I wish they would have, thrown balled up paper at Mr. Johnson for being so incredibly stupid. But the true king of stupid emerged once again yesterday to reclaim his crown from Matt Gaetz, and the new king of stupid is the same as the old king of stupid, Louis Gohmert. Louis Gohmert got a little heated. Louis Gohmert got a little worked up. His Texas blood started boiling, folks. And Louis Gohmert predicted that this impeachment is going to bring about the apocalypse, but only, luckily, for just the United States. Here's what Mr. Gohmert said. This country's end is now in sight, and I hope I don't live to see it. This is an outrage. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Gohmert, I also hope that you don't. But it's also not the end of the country, you idiot. We have had presidents impeached before, and we're still here as a country. I mean, we had Bill Clinton impeached 22 years ago, roughly. We survived after that. Not only that, but Bill Clinton became even more popular after impeachment. So, hey, maybe you got that to look forward to with your boy Trump. Who knows? Now, though that's just, a small selection of some of the Republican craziness that took place on Wednesday. But it's certainly not going to be the end of it. We're going to see a lot more of that in the Senate, assuming Nancy Pelosi even sends the articles of impeachment over there, because as it stands right now, she's saying she's not sure she's going to do that because she knows they're not going to give it a fair trial. Mitch McConnell has actually even hinted at the fact, in addition to saying, we're working with the White House, you can't call witnesses. He actually suggested yesterday that they may just take the articles, bring it for an immediate vote, and get rid of it. So I don't blame Pelosi for saying, yeah, you can't have these yet. I have to be able to trust you. The problem is, Pelosi, you're never going to be able to trust him. He's never going to do what we need him or want him to do here. So maybe it's best to just tuck those articles in your back pocket until possibly we get a new majority leader in the Senate. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.